What up, Doc?
How's it going, Bleek?
Another session. I've been doing those exercises you gave me last week.
Okay.
Writing things out. And honestly, I'm still struggling with this commitment thing, man. Trying to pinpoint where I'm going wrong at. Like, I can't even make women be my excuse anymore because I met a great woman. It still wasn't enough. You know, I wish I could get rid of old me. Back when I used to love phone calls. I used to love actually getting to know one. I used to love dating. I guess you could say I was like the definition of needing a woman's touch. And Doc, if we can first start with this overbearing pile of emotions I've been aiming to put away for years. I mean, I keep washing and drying off the dirt of my past, but I can't seem to find this creasing line to perform a perfect fold, putting away my clothes in the deepest drawers of my heart. I mean, Doc, if she could expand my mind on the details of deep cleaning. Remind me the parts I forget to clean. Like, sweep herself down from under the beds of my mind when I feel undeserving of her generosity. Ooh-wee, Doc. You just don't know how amazing that woman was to me. I mean, she would deep scrub my smile, mop my tongue, rest my words in the pine saws of her feelings. She would disinfect my mouth from vicious attacks against her. Doc, I bet women hate when us men blame them for our own self-procrastinated ambitions. You know, boiling pot of her fabuloso dancing across the interior of my nose. Her singing as strong as her Saturday morning playlist when she cleans. And Doc, if she could apply cool water on the grease burns of my wrist, because I grew up ignorant, believing a man doesn't belong in the kitchen. Now, Doc, I'm several steps behind. I'm several steps behind learning the recipes to feeding the butterflies beneath her stomach. Her hands and forehead used to be against my window. Her eyes were squint for clarity as she soul searching for the inner king in me. I just want her to teach me not to be content with an open, damaged, blind view. But instead hang up curtains of evolving growth made out of fabric stronger than the man I used to betray. She is quite the interior decorator. She would have to be because, Doc, so often my heart and mind could be in the same room and never match. She would have to do things like repaint my plain walls with spring colors of joy, order furniture sets in unconditional love, rearrange my pride to make room for her warmth and tenderness. Doc, she may even hang a clock or a mirror on the wall to reflect the devotion she put into my character. Doc, back then, I was the definition of needing a woman's touch. And through your exercises, I kept trying to pinpoint where did things change? When did I go numb, to the bullshit? And I call it bullshit because I hate to get in to know somebody's stage. I hate that, man. I just wish we knew everything about each other. And I can think about the woman who, I used to work on the road, and I came home and there was a lock on my door. I went and checked with the office and come to find out my lease been terminated. Everything I owned for me and my son was gone. And when I finally talked to my ex, she just explained to me that I was convenient. I was waiting for her to come up and get to a better spot. And my dumb man, I still loved her. I still even try to be with her, Doc, And I was like, we can work through whatever, but she wasn't feeling that. And I'm in a better place now, and I never got to get the message to her, but if I talk to her now, Doc, I would tell her, she looks tired. Like these boys got her running and ain't fed her no food. Like they forget to hold her at night. Like she caught between the crossfires of humanity and insanity, like she don't know who to trust, God or man. Doc, like, she'd be more humane, praying for more fulfillment in her life, but insane thinking that she can hold on to these guys whose name is even written in the next chapter of her life. Doc, I wonder if she ever tell her friends about me, the bitter fool. Does he tell him, first get him to wine and dine you, note the small things about you, and just as he starts to believe in those words, I love you, she found the first opportunity to leave? Did she tell him about her power, her ability to watch your heart bleed? Leave me with no closure, all she left me with was a needle with no ID. And Doc, I bet you don't even tell him that my body ached a year for her. And not one time, not one time did she massage my pain. She just grabbed my wallet and kept spinning. Then when I asked why things had changed, she explained to me that I was just convenient. So Doc, would she ever wonder why these men continue to treat her less than she treated me? Would she ever wonder why these men continue to degrade her fame? Would she ever wonder why the guy who wore the jeans polo with the Vans never once called out her name or had so much respect for that woman? Would she ever wonder why these men only come over at 3 a.m.? I guess now she the convenient one. And they leave her alone these sheets, so she gotta be. To be honest, Doc, she was my breakthrough. She really set me free. And I never got to get this message to her, but I guess now I can have some clarity. I guess we'll call this bittersweet poetry. And I got over the phase of blaming or letting my trust issues affect my further relationships where I wanted to go. You know, I had to get over that hurdle. And that's why I realized, like, it's something about me that is who I am who I am, because I continue to meet great women and still find a way to mess it up. And I know a big factor has to do with my sex and my hormones, Doc. Having control of myself. You know, and I know that's probably like a shitty excuse, but you know, I feel like we don't talk enough about what us men go through growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I just get dropped off to my babysitter, and I would have the best time over there until she would leave and go run errands, and then her daughter would come out to see me. She would take me down to the basement, and she would bury my innocence between her thighs. And before the age of 10, I already knew how to eat a full course meal. I can still feel the pressure of her hands squeezing on my neck as she would tell me to breathe and eat. Breathe and eat. I remember a friend of the family would come home, and I used to just hear out my sleep, I'm gonna teach you how to be a man today. First set of breath that ever pierced my lips. The first time I came, and I didn't even know what it was. Doc, I'm trying to find a way to cure myself so I can really learn how to love. Her love is a verb. Her love can make you want to be a superhero. You should be able to live life with no regrets. So fearless that it's sometimes you come off reckless. But Doc, no matter what she got herself into, she would know the moment her vocals wrapped in the songs of hummingbirds when she speaks will always reach you. And off I go to save the day, traveling at God's speed. Love. Doc, I want some love that could remind me of the 90s. Back in relationships like Martin and Gina, Jamie and Fancy, Monica and Q. Loving basketball in the room when she take off her clothes and I drive to the hoop. Love can break the laws of physics. My mental connection with her was shape-shifting into a walking reflection. As eyes closed, arms extended as it gravitated towards her, stepping into her body as she breathed. Doc, I gave my soul to her. Love can make you want to be a better man. I can never promise I'm perfect, but as long as I fight, Doc, I need her to tell me I'm worth it. Love can heal the heart. When her company fills you up. When the connection bridges from both minds. When the time spent with her outweighs the need for sex, something I never experienced. Doc, she's 20 times more awesome than me. And this pressure I ain't asked for. Because you see, I love the feeling she gives me, but Doc, I hate feeling like I can't compare to all these paintings making her unique. So do I accept my fate? That any thought of love I seem to touch just vanish away? A curse that burdens me for the rest of my days. I don't know, Doc. I'm just telling you what I've been writing during the exercises, and I'm trying to figure it out. I want to love right, but I guess I just don't know how.
Well, there's a few things about what you just said that I got from that. Now, I'm happy that you have been practicing the exercises. A lot of things that you said, what I heard from that was the word growth. We can't, if you don't learn anything else in this life, you have to learn how to grow. And there's a such thing as sometimes us as individuals, we do this one thing called self-sabotage. Yeah. We do that a lot. Because maybe with everything you went through in your life that you wanted to find somebody just like that, but not like that, somebody different that make you rise to the top.
Yes.
But got all the extra. And when I said growth, you just said something. You said someone that you like spending time with more than having sex with. That right there, my brother, is the growth. So the commitment part, do me a favor, close your eyes. Open your eyes. You got your commitment.